Hello, my name is Sergio Marrero, and this video is on applying to business school. I just completed the process. Everyone goes about the process in a different way, but I wanted to share some of the things that I did in preparing, and hopefully you will find them useful. There is no right or wrong way, but these are the things that I would recommend. So I'm going to go over reflection, researching, and networking during this video. So the first reflection, so the question is, why an MBA? Or even before that, what are my short-term and long-term goals, my professional goals? So maybe I'm an entrepreneur and I want some key skills to understand how to start a business, or I'm a career switcher. I want to leave the job that I'm in and I want something totally different. Or maybe in order to move up in the company that I'm in, I need an MBA. It's just something that has to happen. So understand why you want an MBA. It's going to take a great deal of money and a great deal of time. Understanding that why will help you. It's an investment in you, so understand what your return is going to be for that investment. I would write down what are the skills that you want to acquire through getting an MBA, and then also I would detail the short and long term goals, so that you can refer back to them as you go through the MBA process. So the first is just reflecting on why an MBA. I already said networking. The next section I would say is research, and by research it sort of goes back to the first section in terms of the reflection. But maybe you want to work for a specific company, and that company hires MBAs. So research the company and positions that you are interested in. Look at the job descriptions. Understand if an MBA is something that company values. Another thing I would do is reach out to people, and this gets more to the networking, but part of the research is talk to people in those positions before you go through the process. So you might read the position, it sounds great, and then you speak to a person in that with that company, with that position, and it's not, it doesn't connect with you. It's not where you want to be. You even going back to those that are interested in entrepreneurship. Maybe you say you want to start a business, but you talk to a couple entrepreneurs and understand their lifestyle, and it is not what you want. Reach out to people who have done it, that are in those positions, so you understand where you want to go. The next portion, which is the larger portion, is which school. And there are so many characteristics to look at when you're or so many characteristics to consider when you're thinking about a school. So I put size, and this refers to the size of the class. Where is it located? It could be in the U.S., in the world. What are the demographics of the class? Is another one. So demographics of the class, where is everybody else from? That's going to influence the network that you will build when going into business school. What is the concentration? What concentrations do they offer? That's a big component as well. Do you want to focus on something specific, or do you want a general management education because your background may not be in business? Um, Another is what companies recruit at at that at that school. If you are targeting a specific company and they do not recruit at a certain school that you are focused on, then that might not be the best school to go to. Another one is consider the average work experience. There is no one size fits all, but you want to make sure certain institutions, I think the expectation is that you have some work experience before going back to get an MBA. Reputation, they may have a reputation, even though there's a concentration for, let's say, marketing, and you know that they offer a concentration in marketing, but when you speak to different companies, they're not well known in this area. So understand the reputation of the company, as it will affect where you want to go. Um, uh, International. So when I say international, whether it be is the class international, do many of the alumni get jobs internationally? That will play. Is that something that you want to get out of the experience? Um, Culture. So what is the culture? Is it very competitive? Is it more collaborative? Is it close knit, like more family oriented, or is it just a larger program? And many people are going either part time, and it's not really. It's more focused on learning the knowledge and going back to your respective professions. You want to understand, is the culture something you want? Teaching method is another area. Different schools have different methods, so going in, understanding each method is important. So those are certain areas that you should keep in mind, and you should actually keep a log of, or maybe put it into Excel of each school, just so that you could compare them when you're going back and when you're considering applying, because every application also costs money. So this will help you when you're narrowing down your choices, so you don't apply to many different schools, and you can apply to the ones that are best fit for you. Another is area to research, or method of researching, are visits. So when I talk about visits, I mean school visits. So they'll answer much of the information above. There may be open house sessions or informational sessions, and many schools offer them all over the world. So wherever you are, you can get this information. The next on networking, I mentioned it previously. Connecting with alumni and getting an understanding of what were the benefits and positives and negatives of going to that school. Why did they like it? Why did they choose it? I think speaking to alumni and having informal interviews is really the key to gain some traction. I would also say, in your network, speak to family and friends, and see if they know anyone that has an MBA, or maybe that is an alumni of the school that you want to go to. So it connects to your research above, but talk to family and friends. I would also recommend conferences. There are certain schools that go to conferences. There are MBA fairs that go, I know, throughout the U.S. and I believe internationally. So understanding, look at the different school websites and understand where they're going to visit, where they're coming from, and those may be a great venues to connect to several institutions at one time. Save you time and also hopefully some money. So another is professional organizations, and these professional groups, again, just like family and friends, they may have connections to different people you could speak to that might have advice, and you could share with them, these are the things that I'm doing as I'm going through the process. What else do you recommend? I'd also recommend, as you're going through the process, if you can find someone that can be your mentor, that has an MBA, just to advise you throughout the process. Maybe you can, you can speak, I'll put twice a month. I mean, that's just an example, but you can speak to them on a periodic basis about your progress, where you're going, making a timeline for applying to business school if you decide that's where you want to go. So I talked about reflection, researching, and networking. In the next video, I'll talk about finances, GMAT, and essay writing, and all of this information I recommend as you're researching, that you're keeping a journal or a log of all of this information, so that it will help as you go through the process. See you in the next video.